And let's take a look at the standings in the Western Conference with roughly 25 games to go. It's the Warriors with a 2-game lead over the Nuggets and a 4-game lead over the Thunder. The next 6 teams are separated by just 4 games, and the race for 8 will be riveting, with the Kings 1 game behind the 8th place Clippers and the Lakers and Timberwolves lurking as well. So, Czar, let's talk about these dubs, and I'd like your assessment on how the 2018-19 Warriors compare to the previous 4 years when they made the finals each year.
Let's start out with the small forward position. Would you like Harrison Barnes or Kevin Durant?
KD.
KD, okay. Slight edge KD. Okay, now let's go over the centers in the past. Would you like Bogut? Would you like Pachulia, Looney, to name a few, or would you like Boogie Cousins?
I'll go with Boogie.
Are you saying that they might be slightly better this year than in past years?
It feels as though, now this is the best starting 5 that they've had in these 5 years, right?
And you have to look at, obviously, the depth, okay? Iguodala's been there with him. Livingston has been there with him. The additions that are helping out. You know, Looney is still back. He's kind of a little bit of a transition carryover guy. Jerebko, Cook, McKinney, guys that are filling out, you know, the bench for them. So I'm not comparing benches with the past. But when you talk about those first 5, I think clearly this is the best group.
DeMarcus Cousins right now in about 23 minutes a game, going 13.9 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 3.7 assists in his first 11 games as a Warrior. Do you anticipate his playing time and production to increase in the second half, or do you think they're going to continue to play him half the game?
I think this break was probably good for his body to come back all of a sudden. And Steve Kerr didn't waste any time, put him right into the starting lineup when he was ready to go. And now that he's had a feel, almost a dozen games under his belt since he came back and started, depending on what they did with these off days, and what I'm talking about is what they did with his body. Did they keep him active the entire time? What's the best thing for that injury that he had? After playing 11 games, do you leave him alone, tell him to take the rest, or do you keep him going, building on the endurance, that type of thing? So depending on how he feels coming back, I would expect to see him gain a few more minutes as they go on.
All right, so we just showed the standings. You know the lay of the land in the West. You've been following this all year. So who is the biggest threat right now to the Golden State Warriors to get out of the West?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Oklahoma City give them a real battle. And I'm basing it on the fact that they've got a star who's playing like a star, and they've got another star who's been willing to back off and let that other guy be the star at the end of games. And maybe most importantly, they really defend. I love watching their team defense. They're in great help position all the time. They make people have to beat them over the top with shots and challenge them. They can get out and run and score easy points. They can switch with certain units on the floor. I'm very impressed with Oklahoma City.
Now, are the Nuggets in the mix with OKC as the biggest threat for the Warriors, or would you put a team like Houston above the Denver Nuggets as maybe a bigger threat to the Warriors?
Isn't Houston's whole thing going to be how they are as far as health goes coming down the stretch? Can James Harden hold up and continue the pace and the minutes and the pressure that's on him? Chris Paul, can he come back and be healthy and play at the level they have to in the playoffs and remain healthy throughout the playoffs? So right now, Houston on thin ice with me. And Denver, I'm looking at experience, okay, from one team versus the lack of experience with another.